Welcome to this Qigong class, and especially today, thank you for joining me. I've been looking forward to this all day. I've had a day of sitting behind the computer, strategizing, working on things that I'm supposed to be doing to help promote my book, Breathwork Exposed, which I love, but don't love the promotion side of it. So this is time to shake all that off and do the thing that I've been wanting to do all day. Let's start with some purging. So a little shaking. Breath in through the nose, breath out through the mouth. Let's use a heart sound. That feels especially good today. One more. Then we're ready to do our first official check-in. Hands can rest on the thighs, palms can face towards the earth, whatever feels comfortable. Let's stack the show up well how you know to do. The toes are gentle kickstands, the knees are soft, the tailbone drops towards the earth, the crown of the head floats skyward, and we find that softness in the chest. Just to get our first vantage point of the practice. Now let's take a little wider leg stance. We can point the feet out, come down into a mild to moderate version of a squat. So it's not full on, just enough that we feel engaged from the ground up. And then the palms come out to the sides. Now we're going to hold this for a couple moments. And let's investigate the nuances of it. So the tailbone drops towards the earth, the crown of the head lifts skyward. Imagine the skin on the front of the shoulders going skyward. Just as the skin on the back of the shoulders going towards the earth. So we've got that little bit of spiral that actually helps support the position. The breath is steady and easy in through the nose. This is a way to open the front body while we turn on the back body. It is just the opposite of what happens when we do any prolonged sitting. So we're just reversing that signal, opening the body up. It's different than just a stretch where we open. This, we're actually engaging a neurological pattern that has a net opening gain. When we keep the breath steady and soft, that pattern builds into our nervous system a little bit better. I was thinking maybe we would do the entire class just holding this. Now, don't worry, we won't. There's movement to come. But there is something powerful about challenging the nervous system to find a place of equanimity, to find a sense of softness in the face of this version of work. And release. Let's shake again. Just 3 easy breath in through the nose, breath out through the mouth. And let that sigh be a subtle version. So it's not a big purging breath. It's just a very easy, soft breath. It actually allows that release to come from a place that's a little more energetic and a little deeper. And then let's come back to our wide leg stance. The feet can point out just a bit. If you'd like, you can drop down a little bit lower. Hands come to the chest. And with a breath out, we pull the bow. A breath in to center, rise a little bit. And a breath out to pull the bow the other direction. Now you get to control the volume of this. In other words, control how far down you squat, depending on the volume of the action that you want. And the friendliness of your knees. So if you do drop low, the hips are going back to prevent the knees from going forward over the toes. A breath in to center, and a breath out to release. And then if you want to take a little more advanced version of it, as we come breath into the center, you don't come all the way up. You just back a little bit of tension off the pose. Breath in and a breath out. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, we're going to hold the next one. Breath out. So now the breath disconnects from the movement. And the breath is simply steady. The gaze is between the index finger and the thumb. Feel the softness in the face of the work. The softness comes in the gentleness of your toes, the gentleness of your gaze. A breath into the center. And a breath out to the other side. We'll hold. And release. And breath up to the collarbones. And a breath out to release. So we've arrived at our last flowing motion. Again, we've been working on this one, so you're getting familiar with it. We start off by acknowledging holding that chi ball at the lower abdomen. This is our breath in, and with a breath out, we hinge forward, connect to earth energy, draw that energy into the lungs, recognizing that bright white light of the lungs, and then letting that release, steam rising off of rice, coming into a small squat. Then as we take a breath in, we stand a little taller. The base of the index finger and thumb extends skyward. We draw the elbows back, acknowledging that tension in the back body, and then with this glorious breath out, acknowledge that protective shield. A breath in, the wrist cross, and a breath out to release. That's a lot packed into that. I will talk less as we go along. A breath into the chi ball. A breath out to hinge forward. A breath out to fill the lungs. A breath out, breath in to fill the lungs, breath out to release. A breath in, our position of power, and a breath out to let go. A breath in, wrist cross, and a breath out to release. That subtle, easy breathing. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. Wrist cross and release. One more time, just on your own. And then step the feet in. One hand rests under the lower abdomen. The other hand gathers energy and brings that energy down through the center of the body. Thank you for your practice. If you like this practice, you know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe, leave comments. I love hearing from you. And if you want to check out a little bit more Qigong with Breathe Your Truth, go to breatheyourtruth.com/Qigong. It's simple. There's also information in the description. Lastly, seasonal guide. If you want to know a little bit more about things that you can do off the mat, outside of your practice, foods that you can eat, things that you can drink, ways of resting, ways of meditating, grab the free Breathe Your Truth Seasonal Qigong Guide. There's a link to it in the description as well. All right, everybody, thank you for joining me.